Boom, dun, 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 boom, dun, 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 dun. My goodness. If y'all don't know, Sarkanite likes to party sometimes, likes to tackle people too. What's up, everybody? This is the Low Main's Asylum Show. Welcome back to the backyard. We are back in the illustrious backyard. We cleaned up a little. The last video that everybody's seen, they're like, yo, Low Main, what's going on, bro? You ain't cleaning up the backyard. Who goes outside in the summertime? Arcanine can't even attest to this. In Phoenix, I don't think going outside and venturing about in the sun is a logical thing. Yeah, that's something that you can't really get into, you know, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm not here to talk to you about temperature. I'm not here to talk to you about global warming. I'm not here to talk to you about Arizona. Welcome to the Low Main's Asylum Show. It is I. They call me Low Main, the most unorthodox person out there. I think just due to, I think about 26 things in like the span of a millisecond, you know, and I think about a million things in a span of a minute. So just put that in perspective. I am your humble host of this show. We have been running this show for, if this is your first time watching this, we have been running this show for +5 years. We got a crazy thing about the show that we like to call the 5 rule. So like every single time that you stack up 5 more things on whatever that you're doing, very proud of you. You know, I think that's exactly what we should be doing. I think we should always be striving for something, you know, going for something new. Oh, wait. If y'all didn't hear that, that was Arcanine just relieving himself. He wanted to get everything out of the, you know. So, today I did want to talk about something that I have been seeing all week. Something that has been, you know, I've been thinking about lately. 2 things, actually. One of them is dark and about the government. Second one, it's dark, funny, and about the government. And I try to stay away from typical things, like typical rabbit holes that people go down. I don't think we heard that term QAnon for the last year. I don't think that group even exists anymore. If they do, they all work at Taco Bell. I believe they all work at Taco Bell. Like, I think every single employee at Taco Bell is a QAnon person. But I did want to talk to y'all about, I've been watching football for the last 3 weeks. I'm so glad that football is back. And just having, you know, football back has been amazing, but there has been something going on while watching football that I'm just completely flummoxed about. Flabbergasted, if you will. They have been, like, between football, watching something just very, very light, very fun, you know, like, Pickett that caught that one-handed pass that was better than Odell Beckham on Thursday night. That was amazing. You know, something like that. And you get that, then it goes to commercial. Then you're kind of expecting, like, you know, very easy-ass light commercial. It's telling you to watch a new movie, telling you to watch a new show, commercials about cars, things like that. But nah, bro. Like, we're not having that no more. Like, all those, the 5 back-to-back car commercials that we used to get, we don't get those no more. What we're getting now is what I like to call the drill version of politics. There's these commercials being dropped by, like, certain politicians that are literally, like, they are scrubbing the floor with the other politician. You know, like, this person's bad for this person got a DUI back in the days, you know, watch out for him. Boom. They are literally going, like, at each other's motherfucking heads, dropping thousands of dollars just to throw drill songs at each other. I see that as a drill song. I can't see that as anything else. you're calling that person out of their name, and you're telling everybody else that they're not credible. That's a drill song to me. I'm sorry. That is definitely what a drill song constitutes. You are dropping drill music like commercials on your ops, which is your, the other people that you're facing. And like, it's all fun and games and everything, but if you really pay attention to these commercials, like, they go really deep into these people, like talking about like, oh, they should not be trusted, da 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 da. Back at 22, they did this, they did this. Do your motherfucking Googles. They saying the same shit about the people that run your stuff. And got a big day coming up. Very big day. I don't tell y'all about this shit because like I really don't care about it that much, but this one really means something. November 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Go out there and vote. Make sure that you go out there and make your voice count. This is for your local people. It's not for your, we're not voting for the president of America. So that's a better thing for you, actually, because the way that you change things is you change things in your backyard first. And the way that you change things in your backyard first is you hire in or you elect officials that actually do the job that you want them to do. So watch all these drill commercials. I want you guys to watch these. They're funny. I low-key always put like a drill beat like right in my head to this shit. Like, they were going in on this dude named Mark Kelly. He runs Arizona. This nigga flew to astronaut, or was an astronaut. They're going in on him, telling folks not to be, like, don't trust him. If you went to space and landed back on Earth safely, alive, I gotta trust you, folks. I gotta see what you're about. I really gotta trust you. You went, what, nigga? Gravity doesn't work that way. You landed back here, okay? And you're here to talk about it. You can run some shit. Been floating for like a year and a half or so. A year and a half of not knowing what gravity feels like and coming back, and the very first thing that you want to do is help your community. Got my vote, Mark Kelly. Got mine. Pay attention to your drill commercials. Drill commercials are at an all-time high right now. Why? November 8th is around the corner. It's time to vote. Everybody keeps telling y'all about voting, man. I know some of us really don't care about that shit no more, but please, for you, or before that you start telling yourself like, oh my God, I should have really thought about this, when I had the time, or oh my God, I should have really thought about this when everybody else was telling me about it, and like I didn't do anything about it. This is that time. This is that red flag. This is that time that when all shit is failing, it's hitting the fan. It is hitting the fan as we speak. This is if you don't solidify, I think, this election, I don't think we can turn it around so easily after a while. And there's some folks out there that, it's not a bad thing. There's folks out there that are not the same age as us. The youth has dissipated. There's no more youth in their heart. So in that hindsight, they think different. Those people vote every single day or every single election. They don't miss a time. They always know who they're voting for. They always do their Googles. They always do their education. And they always vote on the local ones. Always. Not a day is missed on those local elections that they don't vote. I think that you should do the same thing. Keep your foot on these motherfucking people's necks. They dropping drill music about each other. And they get mad at us for dropping drill music about our ops. They do the same thing. Don't let them lie to you. Second thing is, there's a few laws that are going into effect that they want to take away Plan B options. options to stop a pregnancy. You used to buy these over the counter. Most of my homegirls out there, if you went to college, we all know this. This was another alternative, a safety alternative for if you ever had a crazy night. Man, I had a lot of friends, like, I kid you not, that they didn't really necessarily, maybe they wanted to have sex, but the alcohol got too deep in them, and they were just in the heat of the moment, and boom, things happen. People make mistakes. We're all human. I think sometimes we definitely do need a redo button, a healthy redo button, and there's nothing more healthier than that. But I tell you all this just to tell you this. Just hear me out. This is Lo Main's take on all this. This is why I think the government's taking away abortions and Plan B. Just hear me out. Russia asked 300,000 people to deploy, or they're having those auto drafts that every country has, they're running out of people inside the army, but they're hey, we need 300,000 men to come fight. I think in America, we're not having enough children. We're not having enough kids. Since we're not having enough kids, we can't go to war like we want to. We don't got enough young children to, give away like pawns. That. I'm sorry. That's I think the government thinks exactly like that, and if they're not thinking like that, they need to start just speaking reality, speaking the truth. So here we are. They don't have enough pawns. They need people. They need people for their war. They need people for their armies. They need people for work, and we're taking that away from them. Or they're not getting enough workers, or they're not getting enough soldiers. How do you get rid of that? You take away what takes away pregnancy. They want to use your children for tools. Think about it that way. I'm going to scarily end it just like that on this show, because I feel like certain entities can come find us on energies like that. But definitely do your Googles. Think about that shit. I'll see you guys on the next episode of this show. It's Lo Main, Fresh Prince of the _West on Instagram, Lo Main 1990 on Snapchat. Don't let anybody else tell you, or let me take that back. Don't tell anyone that I told you this. Alright? Keep my fucking name out of this shit, man. Drink your water. Tip your bartender. Peace.